Mikhail Gorbachev once said, "To understand Russia, you must understand its history." Indeed, the world's largest country boasts a complex past filled with grandeur, turmoil, and transformation. From the early days of Kievan Rus to its emergence as a global superpower, Russia's history is marked by significant events and influential leaders. Join us as we delve into this rich tapestry, exploring the pivotal moments and figures that have shaped this fascinating nation from its ancient beginnings to the present day. The beginnings. Kievan Rus, 9th to 13th century. Russia's origins trace back to the 9th century with Kievan Rus, a federation of Slavic tribes under Varangian rule. Founded by the Viking chieftain Rurik in 862 AD, Kievan Rus expanded significantly under his successors. The most notable of these was Prince Vladimir the Great, whose conversion to Christianity in 988 AD unified the region under the Eastern Orthodox Church. This conversion not only solidified internal cohesion but also established strong cultural and political ties with the Byzantine Empire. Under Yaroslav the Wise, 1019 to 1054, Kievan Rus reached its zenith, becoming a major European power. However, internal strife and fragmentation in the 12th century weakened the state, making it vulnerable to external threats. The Mongol invasion in the 13th century marked the end of Kievan Rus, leading to a period of Mongol dominance known as the Mongol yoke. Mongol yoke and the rise of Moscow, 13th to 15th century. The Mongol invasion led to the period known as the Mongol yoke, during which the Rus principalities paid tribute to the Mongol Golden Horde. Despite this oppression, the Grand Duchy of Moscow, Muscovy, began to rise to prominence. Ivan I, Ivan Kalita, and his successors used strategic marriages, alliances, and the collection of tribute for the Mongols to consolidate power and expand Moscow's influence. Ivan III or Ivan the Great played a crucial role in ending Mongol rule. By refusing to pay tribute and declaring Moscow's independence, he effectively ended the Mongol yoke. Ivan III also expanded Russian territory significantly, laying the foundation for a unified Russian state. His reign marked the beginning of Moscow's dominance in the region and the establishment of the Russian Tsardom. The Tsardom of Russia, 16th to 17th century. In 1547, Ivan IV or Ivan the Terrible was crowned the first Tsar of Russia. His reign was marked by significant reforms, such as the centralization of the state and the creation of a new legal code. Ivan's expansionist policies led to the conquest of Kazan and Astrakhan, extending Russian control over the Volga River. However, his later years were characterized by violent purges, the establishment of the Oprichnina, and the devastation of the Livonian War, which weakened the state. After Ivan IV's death, Russia entered a period of political instability known as the Time of Troubles, 1598 to 1613. This era was marked by famine, uprisings, and foreign invasions, including the Polish occupation of Moscow. The crisis ended with the election of Michael Romanov as Tsar in 1613, founding the Romanov dynasty and restoring stability. The Romanov dynasty and Imperial Russia, 17th to 19th century. The Romanovs ruled Russia for over 300 years, transforming it into a major European power. Peter the Great, 1682 to 1725, was one of the most influential rulers, modernizing Russia along Western European lines. His reforms included the creation of a modern army and navy, the establishment of new industries, and the reorganization of the government. Peter's founding of St. Petersburg in 1703 as the new capital symbolized Russia's opening to the West. Catherine the Great, 1762 to 1796, continued Peter's policies of westernization and territorial expansion. Her successful wars against the Ottoman Empire and the partitions of Poland significantly increased Russian territory. Catherine also promoted education, the arts, and economic development, earning her a reputation as an enlightened despot. However, the 19th century brought significant challenges. The Napoleonic Wars tested Russia's strength, but the country emerged victorious after the Patriotic War of 1812, in which Napoleon's invasion was repelled. This victory cemented Russia's status as a leading European power. The latter half of the 19th century saw increasing internal unrest. The serfdom system, which bound millions of peasants to the land, led to widespread discontent. Tsar Alexander II implemented significant reforms, including the emancipation of the serfs in 1861. However, these reforms did not go far enough to address underlying social and economic issues. The Russian Revolution and Soviet era, 20th century. The early 20th century was marked by further turmoil and change. The Russo-Japanese War, 1904 to 1905, ended in a humiliating defeat for Russia, exposing weaknesses in the Tsarist regime. The 1905 revolution followed, leading to limited reforms and the establishment of a constitutional monarchy, but dissatisfaction remained high. World War I exacerbated Russia's problems, with military defeats, economic hardship, and political instability leading to the February Revolution of 1917. Tsar Nicholas II abdicated, ending the Romanov dynasty. The provisional government that replaced him struggled to maintain control, leading to the October Revolution, when the Bolsheviks, led by Vladimir Lenin, seized power. The Bolshevik Revolution marked the beginning of the Soviet era. The Russian Civil War, 1917 to 1922, followed, pitting the Red Army, Bolsheviks, against the White Army, anti-Bolsheviks, and foreign interventionists. The Bolsheviks emerged victorious, establishing the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, USSR, in 1922. Lenin's death in 1924 led to a power struggle, resulting in Joseph Stalin's rise to power. Stalin's rule, 1924 to 1953, was marked by rapid industrialization, collectivization of agriculture, and a brutal regime of political repression. The Great Purge of the 1930s saw the execution or imprisonment of millions perceived as enemies of the state. World War II was a defining moment for the Soviet Union. The Nazi invasion in 1941 brought immense suffering, but the Soviet victory at the Battle of Stalingrad in 1943 marked a turning point. The Red Army advanced westward, capturing Berlin in 1945 and playing a crucial role in the Allied victory. The war left the Soviet Union as one of the world's superpowers. The post-war era saw the Soviet Union engaged in a Cold War with the United States, characterized by ideological conflict, arms races, and proxy wars. Under leaders like Nikita Khrushchev and Leonid Brezhnev, the USSR experienced periods of reform and stagnation. The 1980s brought significant changes with Mikhail Gorbachev's policies of glasnost, openness, and perestroika restructuring. These reforms aimed to revitalize the Soviet economy and society, but ultimately led to political instability. In 1991, the Soviet Union dissolved, marking the end of the Cold War and the emergence of the Russian Federation. The Russian Federation, 1991 present. The post-Soviet era has been a period of significant transformation and challenges for Russia. The 1990s were marked by economic turmoil, political instability, and a loss of global influence. Boris Yeltsin, the first president of the Russian Federation, struggled to implement market reforms and faced numerous crises, including the First Chechen War, 1994 to 1996. Vladimir Putin's rise to power in 1999 marked a new era for Russia. Putin implemented policies to stabilize the economy, strengthen the central government, and reassert Russia's influence on the global stage. Under his leadership, Russia experienced economic growth driven by oil and gas exports, though issues of corruption and authoritarianism persisted. The 21st century has seen Russia involved in significant global and regional conflicts. The annexation of Crimea in 2014 and the intervention in the Syrian civil war have demonstrated Russia's willingness to assert its interests aggressively. Relations with Western countries have been strained, particularly following allegations of election interference and cyber warfare. Russia's history is a tapestry of grandeur and hardship, shaped by a succession of leaders and pivotal events. From the early days of Kievan Rus to the expansive Russian Empire, from the revolutionary fervor of the Soviet Union to the challenges of the modern Russian Federation, the nation's past is a testament to its resilience and capacity for transformation. Understanding this complex history provides valuable insights into the current dynamics and future trajectory of one of the world's most influential countries. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the fascinating history of Russia. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Thank you.